How do you want people to treat you when you make a mistake? Do you want them to judge you? Ask you, why did you do that? Show their disappointment in you, speak to you harshly, or then send messages of condemnation? Or would you rather that when you mess up, people around you would understand that you're not perfect? Acknowledge that we all make mistakes, not make a big deal over it, let you off the hook, and then move on, figuring out what to do about it. Basically, you want them to give you grace. Hi, I'm Coach Kelly DuPee, pastor, police chaplain, Christian marriage coach, and author of the book, Turn It Up, How to Have the Lifelong Marriage That You Really Want. Well, in this recording, I'm going to talk about what grace is and how you can have a grace-filled marriage. So basically, what is grace? I would define it as understanding, forgiveness, and acceptance. God gives us grace through Jesus. He doesn't condemn us, judge us, or make us earn our forgiveness. Jesus paid the price, and now we can be forgiven. So He understands our weakness. He's provided a way that we could be forgiven. And He accepts us even with our faults and failures and mistakes and sin. He loves us, so He cares for us. He gives us that understanding, forgiveness, and acceptance. The problem, though, is that we want others to give us grace, but we don't want to give grace to others. And this is a huge problem. I see a lot of couples make this mistake. They want their spouse to give them grace, but they don't want to give that person grace. No, we want to teach them a lesson. We want to hold them accountable. We want to make sure they don't do it again. Well, if this is helpful, by the way, I want to send you a free copy of my couples communication guide, and I'll put the link in the description. So if you want to have a grace-filled marriage, let me give you some suggestions on how to do that. The first one is this: receive God's grace yourself. When you fail, ask Jesus to forgive you. Thank Him for His forgiveness and His grace. And remember that you're not perfect. The reason Jesus died on the cross and rose again is to forgive you of your sin. And it says in 1 John chapter 1, verse 9, if we confess our sins, He is faithful and just to forgive us our sins and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. So receiving God's grace is all about saying, God, I failed, admitting it, and asking Jesus to forgive you. Secondly is to choose to give grace to your spouse when they mess up. Grace is a choice, just like forgiveness is a choice. So here's the way to do it. Jesus said this in Matthew 7, verse 12, in everything you do, do to others what you would have them do to you. So treat your spouse like you would like to be treated. It's not that hard. Think about it. When they mess up, give them grace. Choose to let them off the hook. Because if that's how you want them to treat you, start treating them that way. Giving grace sometimes means to overlook an offense. Put yourself in their shoes and give them the benefit of the doubt. You know, it really wasn't that big of a deal. I understand they're stressed out because of work. You know what? I'm going to let that slide, you say to yourself. Another suggestion is to assume the best when it comes to their intentions. Say things like this to yourself: he didn't mean to speak harshly to me. He's under a lot of stress at work. Or, I know she loves me. She's just having a hard day. Well, I hope you're being encouraged by this video. If so, hit the subscribe button now so you can get my videos every day. A third suggestion is to gracefully confront your spouse. It says in John 1:14 that Jesus came full of grace and truth. And then Ephesians 4:15 tells us to speak the truth in love. So what does that mean? To give truth with grace. You may say, I give grace all the time, but my husband keeps making the same mistake or doing the same hurtful thing, and it really bothers me and hurts me. Well, when we have truth with grace, what you're going to do is gracefully confront. So a graceful confrontation is to clearly state what they did that hurt you and then make a request for them to change. Then allow them to apologize and give them grace and forgiveness. They may not know that what they're doing is offending you or not being considerate of you or hurting you. So ask them to stop. Let them know how you feel about certain things that they're doing. And then ask them if they would change. And then see what they'll do. A fourth suggestion is to be direct and ask your spouse to give grace to you when you mess up. Don't demand it, but make a request. If you've been giving them grace, ask them, hey, I've been giving grace to you. Can you give me some grace here in this situation? Because I'm sorry, and would you forgive me for this? And then watch how, when you're both people of grace, grace is going to grow in your lives. Grace is going to permeate everything that you do and say to each other. Let's be people of grace and give grace to others. Let God work in your heart so that you can have a grace-filled marriage. Hey, well, thank you for watching this recording. I just finished a 6-part series called Marriage Tips from the Book of Proverbs. I'll put the link to part 1 in the description. The title of that message is The Marriage Tool That Will Bring You Closer Together in 2025. May God bless you, and may your marriage be filled with grace.